Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of RE/MAX Associated Realty. MyNextHomeFinder.com.
It's a trio of voices here.
Yeah, he didn't want to do the hay last week. He was like, neat. No,
just the two of you?
Yeah.
Well, Jesse's got a voice.
I listen. I listen to the master when he was in one of those moods, So I just, all right, whatever you want to do.
He read some stuff.
Yeah, he read some stuff.
Did he read some stuff? Yeah. Do you?
Hey, you know what? I'm going to read something real quick. We were talking about big block Chevys before.
Yeah, right.
Chevy is unveiling a new 10.4 liter, 1,004 horsepower V8 crate engine. Most powerful ever. Coming out. What do you think of that? It's a ZZ632.
The V10, it would fit in the Monte Carlo.
It's a V8.
Oh, it's a V8.
Oh, it's a V8.
But
632.
What's the liter?
It's 10 liters.
10 liters, that's what I heard.
10.4 liter engine, 632 cubic inches, 1,004 horsepower. They wanted to beat Dodge's horsepower Elephant because the Dodge's Elephant is 1,000 horsepower. And this is 1,004 horsepower without any kind of forced induction system. All right? It's got 872 pounds of foot, 876 foot-pounds of torque. 572 big block. Oh, yeah.
Wait till people get their hands on it and they start tweaking it. We can go for more.
But what do you...
12-to-1 compression, a massive single-plane intake manifold, 7,000 RPM redline.
Twisted, $7,000.
Yeah. And they're talking about it's probably going to be a little bit, it's a 572 bored out 40 over. The stroke is increased by 3/8 of an inch to pick up extra displacement.
Yeah.
It's just out of control, and they think it's probably going to be around $16,000, which is what the 502 is, or the 572 is. So this is going to be a 632 displacement. Talk about some power, huh? 1,000 horsepower. What do you think? Put that in the Monte Carlo?
It would be incredible. I just what do you put for a transmission? And then your drive shaft, because then you're going to have something amazing. You got two safety loops, and you got that scatter shield, and so that $16,000 becomes 25 pretty freaking quick.
Yeah, so 876 foot-pounds of torque at 5,600 RPMs.
God.
1,004 horsepower.
But see, you have to do the motor, the tranny, the drive shaft. You're definitely going to have one rear end.
That's going to
be a hell of an axle setup.
So we're going to be seeing that on the road soon. People are going to be buying that.
What? Yeah, people are buying that.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
John Ferrero's driving around in his Corvette right now, and that thing's, we're probably right around 500 horsepower.
Right.
And you can't, it's a 4-speed. You can't hit the gas pedal with it turning sideways.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you do with 1,000 horsepower.
1,000 horsepower
except
street
put
motor.
some big ass slicks on it, take it to a track.
And it takes 93 octane.
And it's 12-to-1.
12-to-1 compression.
So if you drop it, get it to where it's down to 10.5-to-1 on race fuel.
Yeah. 90.
Put a turbo on it.
Pump gas.
1,400 horsepower. I mean,
12-to-1 and pump gas. That's
redlining a small block. That's like you redlining yours. You're doing 6,500 and 7 and stuff.
Yeah.
6,500 ain't crap for that car.
Gosh, dang.
So I just wanted to put that out there for you guys that love the Chevy big block. So they're coming out with another Chevy big block.
I went to Barrett-Jackson probably 7 years ago by now.
Right.
Down south. And they had that full aluminum 454 small block.
Right.
They were just, it was just out that year or something. So they were
in the Corvettes.
Yeah. And so what is that? That's the 8.
I don't know what.
I don't know the number on it.
LS8?
The LS is
LS8 or LS7?
The 454 cubic inch small block
that they have.
I don't know
I have
what
no idea.
LS7 or
I don't
8
know.
is or whatever. It was just so impressive then. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's half a decade ago.
Yeah.
And it's just, this is where we had computers that we were used to a big tower. Now they're built into our monitor. And when my dad was doing it, he would take a card out of one room and go to another room. And the computer was as big as a house.
Yeah.
And to go from card to card and it's just technology. By the time you get it home, there's another new one being built.
Right. Yeah. It's just crazy. So
the motors have changed. Like, I mean, some of the stuff, like I was watching Street Outlaws Monday night.
Yeah.
With Sean, the Motor Nova.
Right.
Yeah.
Motor Nova.
Like 434 small block he said he was running.
Yeah.
80 pounds of boost, and the car is hitting 4,000 horse.
It's ridiculous. It's just crazy.
You got to be able to hold it.
And Ryan Martin comes over, and they were talking about tuning, because Sean's still kind of learning. And Ryan Martin comes over, and he's like, "What's your dry shaft at?" And they were talking about the dry shaft line of how it is on the graphs. And he's like, "You need to speed the dry shaft up, so you need to move this over here and move this." And then Sean just made like the fastest pass. He's like, "Dude, I hit 82 pounds of boost," I think he said, at 10.8.
82 pounds of boost.
At 10.8.
RPM, 10,800.
Oh my God.
Ryan Martin's like, "You got to tweak that down a little bit." He's like, 10,800 RPM, and then three runs later, he was doing the burnout box, and Daddy Dave's like, "Hey, there's a rod on the ground."
All right, Ken. Crazy, huh?
Because I didn't see I was still traveling stuff, but I'm just blown away. I love Street Outlaws, and I learn a lot about stuff in there too, and see stuff. But that's just crazy.
He was getting killed by one of the big nitrous cars, and then like the dude was like all in the car excited, and all of a sudden at like the last 25 feet, Black Street combined, and the guy's like, he started screaming all the F-bomb and all that stuff because Murder Nova came by him. It had to be like 40 to 60 mile an hour more. I mean, he was like,
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "What happened? You shut off at the end or something?" And he's looking over at Sean, and Sean's like, "Really? What happened?" He's like, "You shut off at the end." He's like, "I caught you like you're standing still." He's like, "That was the fastest pass I made." And Sean's like, "Oh."
These are all the Pro Chargers now.
Yeah.
Everybody's running a Pro Charger.
Yeah, everything's turboed and Pro Charged, and it's just out of control right now.
Everybody seems to be going back to the Pro Charger because they spool faster.
They do, and so here in the Mahdi, I was talking about doing some little 80 millimeters and doing 2 of them or what have you, just because of the room and whatever. But the Pro Charger would sit in there. I have so much room, and it'd have so much room, and I could do some big piping and bring it right into a big mouth throttle body. And I'm almost thinking the Pro Charger might be better because it does. It's for reaction. That's what a turbo's for. You want it to react.
Yeah.
I don't want it to sit there and get halfway out through the run and have it start to catch up.
Yeah, there's no big lag in the Pro Chargers, and that's what they're doing. They're still spraying the nitrous through the Pro Chargers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And same with the turbo cars.
Oh, well,
I tell you, I drive past Justin's shop all the time, and his shop is just packed with the sticky styno.
Yeah, he's moved into the
old
Diesel Pro
shop.
Diesel Pro shop, and they're constantly cars are on that dyno, and they're just go running, and they're just boosting, and it's just out of control what they're doing with these cars.
Yeah.
Even the little tuner cars are getting 1,000 horsepower out of them.
I know.
I mean, are they killing the muscle car? What are they doing? Nobody's using carburation anymore.
No, I think that there's the import world. And I think that there's the classic muscle car world, our audience. I think that we are just, and I hate to see a Honda line up next to a Chevelle,
right,
and then take it.
Yeah,
that's just,
Yeah.
But even racing cars, when I've been Nintendo whatever racing, everything I've always tried to race the Skyline GTR.
Right,
I love it. It's all-wheel drive, handles like a banshee, man. So I'm a Skyline guy when it comes down to it, which is a Nissan product, but. But I'm the American muscle cars.
That's it.
Yeah.
And what do you got? You got some tech talk?
Yeah, I got some tech talk. A couple questions. I got a couple things in history with the minutes left because the tech talks are a little bit long. I'll do a little bit of history in honor of Keith, who is not with us just today. I'm kidding. Automotive history. So this was in October 1925. Highway reflectors were patented in Halifax, Yorkshire, Britain.
In 1925, because they needed reflectors because the cars were going too fast. They were riding at night.
I would think that because of the super dull headlights back then. They're like candlewatt powers.
I guess they became not good enough because now on the interstates you've got that on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's just to stop you from going off the side of the road, though, isn't it?
Right,
To wake you up.
because sometimes you can squirt through a road reflector and not hit that one tire before you hit gravel or something.
Well,
so.
do you know that's how the lane departure system works? Is the reflectors. And if it doesn't have reflectors in the road, it actually reads the stripes, and that's why all the stripes are being like. If you notice some of the newer stripes now, they all have reflective stuff in it. That's how the lane departure works. Is those stripes?
Those stripes. There you go. What else you got, Ken?
So if you're on a country road blacktop, you can swerve all you want, and the system can't get mad at you.
Right.
I thought it measured motion in the wheel.
No,
of course, how does it know you're not turning?
It's
Right.
got to read something.
Sure.
What
That's
else you
great.
got?
All right. So not necessarily doing with road reflectors, but maybe they should have had them in New Jersey.
Right.
A 65-car pileup in New Jersey on the Turnpike, October 25th, 1973. This did kill 9 people, which is not good. But they said that the accident actually started on the 24th and didn't end until the next day.
Wow.
And that the cause was an abundance of smog.
That happens.
Yeah. Was that before Christie's time? That's probably way before Christie, huh? 73?
Yeah, 73, yeah, way before. Christy might not have been born yet. Go ahead.
Maybe.
What else?
Yeah.
Oh, big day. Big day for Chevy.
Big day for Chevy.
Go ahead.
October 26, 1954. The article actually read that this was what secured Chevrolet for a strong future. That's how they headlined the article. I just put down that the Chevy small block was born. The Chevy V8.
You got down 205. Was it 205
it was a
265?
265.
Right.
That's obviously a typo, and I didn't type this. But no, so it was a 265 small block. It was only offered in 2 cars. That was the Bel Air and the Corvette.
Right.
And but it was the birth. It was the birth of the small block.
It's just started from
in
there.
54. Yeah, they didn't.
It's still growing.
Yeah, I don't think the 54 Corvette came out with
a 6-cylinder, I think.
6-cylinder, that's right.
The first Corvette.
Yeah, the 55 then did. And then what year was the fuel injected that started in Corvette? Like 58 or something?
57 or 58.
Right away, man. They right away.
58, that's what Simon's car is, and it's a fuel injected.
I want to talk about that a little bit later because that's a change in something too. I guess we're going to get ready to hit up another break real fast.
Yeah, 12 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll be right back after, we'll talk about more stuff when we get back.
Todd Byron at Todd Byron's Classic Restoration has been restoring all makes and models of classic cars for 35 years. Todd's full-service shop features custom engine and mechanical repairs, sheet metal fabrication, and high-quality paint service for cars 20 years old or older. Stop by and say hello to Todd and Julie Byron at 1212 23rd Street, right here in Vero Beach, or give them a call at 772-213-8956.
Have you shopped at the Habitat Restore lately? This is one place that everyone must visit. It's become a regular weekly stop for many who love the thrill of discovering all the newly arriving merchandise. We become popular because of the generosity of so many Indian River County residents and businesses that donate goods. To start with, we have a deconstruction crew that removes building materials for the purpose of reuse. Through resale, the Restore continues to support the Habitat goal of serving families in our county. Of course, there's more to see. The Restore's massive showroom displays furniture for every room, all in great condition. Shoppers will love the layout, which separates departments including plumbing, home accessories, electronics, lawn and garden, tools, sporting goods, seasonal goods, and more. The Indian River County Habitat Restore is at 4580 North US Highway 1, just north of 45th Street. Tax-deductible donations can be dropped off, or we'll come and pick them up for free. Online at irchabitat.org.
Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning has been serving Indian River and Brevard County since 1993. Do you have carpet stains that keep coming back? Do you have tile and grout that looks dark and nothing seems to brighten them up? Do you have spills or grime on your couch or recliners? Well, Heaven's Best can solve all of these problems at a very reasonable price. We guarantee our pet-safe solution will dry in just 1 hour, so you don't have to wait before you can start walking on your carpet again. They also clean Oriental and area rugs. Just call Keith at 772-643-6999 and schedule your cleaning today.
I got the cue from Jesse to go ahead and quit playing music and start talking again. So
There you go.
I am Kenny Schofield. I'm with Mike Carano, Steve Charbonneau. This is the American Car Classics radio program. This is the final 15, 12 minutes of whatever we're doing. So strap in, keep it tight, and we're going to blow your minds.
There you go.
So I'm going to put my glasses back on if you can't see
So
me
we
here.
can see.
I look more dignified and stuff. Yeah, I got a couple tech talks because I've now understood that even though this was a last-minute fill-in for me, that I got this. If I don't show up with something, Steve starts frothing at the mouth and laughing at me.
Yeah.
And I like him to like me, not laugh at me. So I pulled up a couple real quick off of the internet that Keith had forwarded to me. So they're a little bit long. I'll start with this one here, and I didn't get to rewrite, man. If anybody can see what we're watching here, this is chicken scratch at its best, and I'll try to make sense of. Listen, it happens fast.
We're
right?
in trouble.
All right. So this is it says here, I want to do as much body work on my car as possible. I do have a guy that will come in and do a final sand and paint for me. I'm assuming that he's going to send it to them or what. He says, I have a 1967 Dodge Coronet. It's a 2-door hardtop. He says, some of the chrome trim is on very tight. He says, it seems pretty fragile at the same time. He says, I have some body trim tools, but none of them seem to be doing very much. Can you tell me what kind of proper tools I would need, please? This is Joe, and this is off the internet. He's from Raleigh, North Carolina, so that's pretty cool. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
And here again, see, I Todd's not around, but you did some time in a body shop. I've got trim tools. I like to use the plastic tools because they're strong, but they're not going to really tear up the metal, or at least not on the car. They're not going to break the clips.
Yep.
So I'm not familiar with Dodge. I'm seeing a lot of the older cars that we do, the Fords, the Chevys. Some clips, they want you to pull it off the chrome. Like there's an end piece, and you have a screw maybe below a piece of rubber or something, and I've had to pull that off. I think that was on a Dodge.
Yeah.
It was pointed arrow almost style. And then you slide this insert, and then there's some screws behind it. And then there are some that have a metal clip that you have to pop this off of, but the clip wants to slide a little bit, but you almost have to slide the clip behind the metal to get it to come loose.
Pop them off and
Yeah. So the old school was what I didn't. I just thought you go in there and try to pry the metal off the clip because it was like a pop on, and that's how it was. What do you know anything more about it? I don't.
A lot of times it's the same thing. There's a bunch of different trim tools. You just got to have the right trim tool to do it. And if you don't have the right trim tool, it's not going to work on it.
Yeah, and then you'll be calling the trim lady here in Sebastian and paying her a few $100 to make the stuff better.
Make it look better.
Yeah.
Yeah, with trim, it's always tough, though, to try to get that trim off. The guy that wanted to paint my car, he said, if you take all the trim off, it'll help. Well, the 55, you got to take off the interior panels. You got to take a lot of stuff off to get that trim off.
Yeah.
And it's a pain in the neck, and I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So
we're getting ready to do that 57.
Yeah.
And here again, I told the guy $7 to $10 grand, not going for the question, but $7 to $10 grand, and just doing the chrome and trim.
Yeah. It's
and it might be under on that.
And they do sell clips. They sell a whole clip kit
we have
for those cars.
We have them now.
Oh, good. Yeah, good.
Keith.
So,
Stop talking with your hands, Keith.
So, Jay, like the question is, have the guy get the plastic ones. Don't use the metal.
Right.
The metal ones are
Yeah, the metal ones, you can be careful because you can move it the wrong way and then you'll put a big crease in the trim.
Right.
Or like if you're trying to take the ones off around the windshield, the little shop ribs, if you slip off, they'll actually crack a window.
Yeah. It sure will.
Yeah.
My two things for him would be, one, go to a forum for Dodge. And see if you can get somebody that's doing it, because you're driving a Coronet. It's not the most popular. It's a 67, so I don't think they had a lot of chrome on them.
The Belvedere are all the same car, so it actually looks really nice.
Right.
It's a sharp car.
Right.
Or like if you have a paint and body supply store up there, it does all the big clips. Like like we have the Terry's paint and body supply in Fort Pierce.
Yeah.
And they, back when I used to work when I was younger, they had a book of all the clips that the car take, but then it would say. You need this tool to install or this tool to remove as well. So
and he's up in North Carolina, so he should be able to. There's plenty of things.
Oh, sure.
Go to Richard Petty Racing. They'll be able to help him with the Dodge, right?
For me, YouTube as well. Here again, everybody's YouTube certified.
YouTube,
but if you can find somebody that's doing a restoration on one, then that should be a pretty easy pickup on that as well.
Perfect. Yeah. What else you got, Ken?
This one here, it's a 2-pager, but they're small pages. This is from John This is from John's Island West. I don't know the guy's name yet. Maybe that's somewhere else. John's Island West. Hey guys, hope you all are doing great. I don't know when this will get attention, but hopefully I still need your help when it does. When it does get to you, LOL. So he must have been. He might have seen that we kind of lagged off on some of the little whiles.
Yeah, right. Got Kenny-fied.
He says, I am a frequent listener and love the show. I can tell all of you love your Chevys. I do too. I have a 72 Camaro with a 350 Chevy engine and a 350 turbo transmission and a posi setup. He says, my 350 engine is moderately built, maybe pushing 300 to 325 horsepower. He says, I have put headers on there that have a 3-inch collector, the collector being where the 4 tubes come together because some of them are 2.5 inch.
Yeah.
Right, so 3 inch. So his question is, so should I go with a 3-inch exhaust pipe all the way out? Or is this unnecessary? Is it overkill? I don't know how small or how big to have it done. And if you've got an idea on mufflers, please help me. I want a low tone, but not loud enough to piss off my neighbors. His name is Paul. And he's on John's Island West.
West.
So you don't want to piss your
Love it.
He's serious, and that's hilarious.
That's a MagnaFlow.
So who lives out there that he should talk to with the V8 in the Miata?
Wayne Sandler.
Right, he should talk to Wayne. So he should not go 3-inch. 3-inch pipe is way too big. You're not
for that small horsepower.
Yeah, you don't need the expense
pressure
of it, and you're not going to have the back pressure. And back pressure does matter in performance. It really does.
And mufflers is just, MagnaFlows or whatever it's the sound you're into. You got to really...
If you go to magnaflow.com, they actually have a chart that you can click your mouse on and hear the different sounds of the mufflers. I believe that's...
But you got to have a good sound system here all the way.
Right.
Yeah. And most of the guys, they get 30, what do they call 30s?
I put 40s on the Nova.
So she's loud.
It's pretty loud for what it is.
Yeah.
She's pretty loud for what it is.
Yeah.
Honestly, a good quiet tone...
Yeah,
it's MagnaFlow all day long.
Yeah,
you can't beat the noise inside the car. There's no drone with the MagnaFlows.
There isn't. I've got them on it, and I don't have any.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a very well insulated muffler. It's a deep, good, quiet tone, and it gives you a good rumble.
Yeah. He could even go to 2.25-inch pipe without any kind of problem, except now you're stepping down a lot, and you should have just bought a 2.5-inch collector header style something. But you can go 2.5 pipe on that, and you wouldn't have a problem in the world, and you'd probably get a good sound out of a 30 because it's going to be quieter. Yeah. The 50 is the loudest.
Yeah.
And so obviously that's your high scale. So a 30 would probably...
Yeah, I think most people go for the 30s. And it's just quiet. It's loud enough, but not too loud.
Yeah.
So Super 40s.
Yeah. So those are my things. So let Mike go ahead and do his flyers.
Yeah, I got some car shows coming up. The Wild Antique Mall 4th Open Car Show, October 24th, from 9 to 3, and that's right over here in Vero Beach at the Wildwood Antique Mall, right on US 1, I believe. They can send me a flyer that doesn't have any address on it.
Oh.
So it's right over here in Vero, downtown Vero, Wildwood Antique Mall, 4th Open Car Show.
Okay. All
right. And then we got Dunkin' Donuts Beachside. We love to go up there Saturday, October 30th. There's a lot of stuff going on October 30th, Halloween at Dunkin' Donuts. That's at 1210 North A1A in Indy Atlantic. You got the Orange Avenue Baptist Church Fall Festival. That's on October 30th. That's at 100 Cyclone Drive, Fort Pierce. Showtime's from 11 to 4. Setup is at 9. Kenny, you're a big fan of this one, the Rough House Bark Park, right?
Yeah, this is a customer of ours, a good friend of the shop at Dolphin Auto, and she has opened the Rough House Bark Park, which is a place to bring your dogs. And hey, you know what? While you're walking the dogs, you can have a drink because she's got a bar in there, and it's turning out really nice. And she's really happy. She's got tons of parking, so we've offered to try to help her do a trunk or treat on Sunday, October 31st.
Yeah,
and we're going to do this. What was the time frame on that? I think it was from.
Sundays from 10 to 7, and that's at 3290 Suntree Boulevard, Suite 102. It's right off US 1.
Yeah, I believe the flyer doesn't say, but the Bark Park, the trunk or treat is
Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday. It is from 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
1 to 4. It doesn't
the flyer
say.
I got it says 10 to 7.
That's their hours. That's their hours of operation.
Gotcha.
So it's 1 to 4
okay.
on Sunday the 31st. That is after church, but before you want to get the kids out trick or treating. So 1 to 4 Sunday at the Bark Park Rough House in Melbourne.
We got to go. And
I got one.
Go ahead, real quick.
Near and dear to me. Henry Dana's event.
That's right.
November 6th. It's at Da Vinci Motorsports in Port St. Lucie. Please go to, it is Dana Event 1932 at gmail.com to register. Please show up. It's for Henry Dana.
Yeah. I'll make sure we get that on the website.
And we're out of here.
Y'all come back now here.